Everybody, are you ready? Yep. We're ready? Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education Public Conference Meeting today, Monday, January 12th, 2026. The board met today in executive session at 6 o'clock p.m. in room 105 here at James Caldwell High School, 265 Westville Avenue in West Caldwell, New Jersey. The purpose of that meeting was to discuss personnel litigation, miscellaneous, and old business matters. That meeting has been advertised and is in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law. The matters discussed will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required, and formal action pursuant to said discussion shall take place only at a meeting to which the public has been invited. The public conference meeting is taking place tonight at 7:04 p.m. here in the James Caldwell High School cafeteria. The Board of Education meeting is being streamed live, but all community questions and comments will be welcomed here in person only. The Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education public conference meeting is also in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act and NJSA 10:4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law. Notices have been sent to the Progress in Caldwell, New Jersey, the Star Ledger in Newark, New Jersey, and Tap into West Essex. Notices have also been posted at the Board of Education Business Office at the Harrison School Building, Gray Street, West Caldwell, and have been delivered to the clerks of the Borough of Caldwell and the Township of West Caldwell for posting. Brian, can you please take the roll?
Yes. Student Representative Adeline Lemons.
Here.
Mr. Diambola.
Here.
Ms. DiMartini. Ms. Landolfi Jefferson.
Here.
Ms. Mack.
Here.
Ms. Grosso.
Here.
So we have 4 voting members present. We have a quorum.
Great. Adeline, you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brian, are there any communications for the board this evening?
There were none.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move to the superintendent's report.
Okay. Figure out where I am here. Alrighty. Okay. So, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. The first item on the superintendent's report, I'm going to invite our middle school representatives, Will Migliaccio and Michael Lynch, to come to the microphone and give us an update on what's going on at Grover Cleveland Middle School.
Hi. Thank you to Dr. Fernari and the Board of Education for inviting us to speak tonight. I am William Migliaccio, and I am representing the House of Responsibility.
Good evening. I am Michael Lynch from the House of Respect. We are both proud to be speaking here tonight, all about our work as the current House leaders. On December 23rd, the day before break, Grover Cleveland Middle School had a House Day. All of the students participated in activities and games like teacher trivia, Name That Holiday Movie, Nitro Ball, Nukem, and Knockout. During the middle of the day, the lip sync battle took place in the auditorium where the House leaders competed against 2 other teacher groups. The House leaders' performance was the most popular, and we ended up taking the crown again. Yay. All of the performances were posted on the GCMS Instagram if you would like to see them. We ended the day with a tug-of-war competition where the House of Integrity beat Responsibility.
GCMS visited the New Jersey Food Bank of America on a Make a Difference field trip. Students grades 6 to 8 spent 2 hours preparing 1-pound bags of pasta for distribution. Overall, it was a great way to learn how we can make a difference for others. The first enrichment cycle ended on Wednesday, and a new enrichment will begin on January 21st. Enrichment is a chance to get away from the stressful environment of a full day of school. Enrichment is also a chance to get an interest in something you may not have enjoyed or known about before. Some enrichment activities the school offers are fashion enrichment, lacrosse enrichment, and paper and card games.
For our Super Bowl food collection, we ask each homeroom to bring in canned items or food that could easily be stored. All the foods collected will be donated to the Caldwell Food Pantry. For every 6 items collected in your period 1, that class will get a vote on who would win the Super Bowl. In the end, the homeroom whose name is drawn out of the Super Bowl champions bucket will win a bagel breakfast to celebrate.
Marking Period 2 ends on Friday, January 30th. Marking Period 3 begins on Monday, February 2nd. Students should check their schedules to see which cycle class they have during marking period 3. Report cards will be posted on Friday, February 6th at 4 p.m.
My favorite part of being a house leader is helping out in activities and being a role model for the 7th and 6th grade students in the building. Capture the Chicken and other events also helped to make me a better leader because it taught me to motivate students and help organize the events.
Being a house leader has taught me not to only look out for my particular group of students, but also my community and the rest of my peers. While running a game, we are instructed to choose partners to run the games with. The past 2 house days, I have chosen partners that help me immensely in the classroom. Although the point gain in these classroom games are sparse, they always make a big impact on the final result. Without the help of my peers and the collaboration in the class, I would not be able to run these games by myself.
Thank you again, Dr. Fenari and members of the Board of Education for your time. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Are you guys starting to feel a little sentimental? You're like halfway through, right? It's almost done. You're going to be high schoolers before you know it. You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And who do you think's going to be in the Super Bowl? What's your predictions? Come on, give it to us. Lynch and Migliaccio on the mic. Let's do it.
I think the Seahawks are going to definitely be in the Super Bowl, and I don't know about the other team.
Come on, Will.
I think the Seahawks too, or the Rams.
Seahawks in there. Okay, let's see. Let's see. You guys did a great job. Good job, guys. You want to take a picture? You want to take a picture?
Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh.
All right, thank you so much. That was great.
You guys did great. And you don't have to stay. Feel free to stay, but you don't have to stay.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I hope everyone had a restful winter break. Since our last meeting, I just wanted to remind everyone that Mrs. Jasmine Acquolo officially started as the new principal of Jefferson Elementary School, and I know everyone will join me in wishing her well as a new member of our Caldwell-West Caldwell family. You may recall that in the fall, I announced that there would be a new flag football club at the high school. There's been a great response with approximately 30 students signed up to participate, and I just want to thank our athletic director, Mr. Romano, and Principal James Devlin for supporting the student-driven initiative. This all grew out of students asking if they could do it, so, you know, more power to them, and we look forward to seeing how that works out for the kids. Looking ahead over the next several months, we'll be providing updates on our district strategic plan and goals, as well as our plans for the 26-27 budget. So I invite you all to join us to learn more over the next several meetings. Finally, I'd like to remind you that our Community Connections Speaker Series event on the topic of Parents as Partners, Restorative Steps to Addressing Bias will be presented by the Holocaust Research Center at King University. This will be held on January 20th at 7 p.m. here at the high school in the Performing Arts Center. This event is open to all and will be live streamed as well. In February, I invite you to join a virtual presentation entitled Understanding Executive Functioning, Supporting Your Child at Home and at School. Our speaker for that event is going to be Brittany Seeley, the Program Director of All In for Inclusive Education. The link for that virtual presentation will be sent out closer to the date of the event. Additional Community Connections presentations this year will be on the topics of addressing microaggressions, legal consequences of bullying, harassment and bias acts, bias and bullying on social media, and integrity and respect. And we hope that these programs will be helpful and informative. This concludes my superintendent's report, and board members, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to
Any
ask.
questions? Dr. Fenari, I just had a question, because we have the spring coaches on the agenda, but I don't see flag football. So is that, it's gonna be in the
That's-
spring?
Yeah. yeah.
Okay, do we don't have a coach yet?
We
That's what.
actually think we do.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
so
pretty
maybe it'll
sure.
be added to the 26th. Okay,
Mhm.
great, awesome, okay, great. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? No? No? Okay, thank you, Dr. Fenari.
You're welcome.
Okay, President's report. So I just have just a few things to say. So we lost 2 crossing guards, Washington School crossing guards. We lost Miss Mary Daly and we lost Mr. Dave Silverthorne, crossing guard Dave, who I know Mrs. Silverthorne's her father-in-law. And they were so important to the Washington School community. And like as a parent, you bring your child to school. I was at home with my children for 15 years and walking to school across the street. Miss Robin is still one of my people, right? And Miss Mary was there and Mr. Dave was there before Miss Robin, and they really make such an impact to kids, to families, and so to their families, our condolences. They will be sorely missed, and we pray that they rest in peace. The other thing is, on behalf of the board, just want to extend a thank you to the Gridiron Club, who invited the board, as they do every year, to their end of the year dinner, which was last night at the Highland Pavilion. It was a wonderful evening. They celebrated the cheerleaders, the football players, seniors, nominated captains for next year. So really exciting, and it's very nice. We love to try to come out and support the kids as much as we can, and the Gridiron Club is always very generous to us. We have dinner with them, we enjoy seeing the video, and so a big shout out and thank you to them. And I think we had we were just talking, saying that we're going to be bringing in our student athletes. We've had a couple of really phenomenal successes. We had Addie Keenan just get her 1,000th point the other day, and we had Carm Sipper have the most wins, wrestling wins in Caldwell history. I believe it was 139 wins. I think we have another girls basketball player, Taya Fiore, who's close to her 1,000 points. So we're so excited. Our basketball teams are doing phenomenal, boys and girls alike. So please go out and support our winter sports. They're doing wonderful things. And we are gonna pick a board meeting sometime in the spring. We're gonna work with Mr. Romano to get these athletes in to support them and celebrate them appropriately. Anything else? Anything else the board wants to say? Open up? No, that's great. Okay. Okay, so tonight, we do not have committee reports? No. So we're gonna have committee reports. We have a bunch of committee meetings. We reorged last week. So, we had a very small meeting, but Ms. Mack is now our new vice president. So, and we reorged our committees. So we do have, this week we have finance and facilities, we have policy this week, we have personnel, and we have shared services tomorrow with the townships. So on the 26th, we will be sharing, updates from all those meetings. Tonight is not a voting meeting, but I'll just preview the agenda. So we're gonna do approval of minutes. I will take, I think, if it's okay, I'm gonna just open up public comment once, if that's okay, at the end.
Voting on the HIBs?
Oh, and we're gonna vote on some HIBs, okay. So under curriculum, we are gonna vote on a few HIBs. But other than that, we have an updated enrollment report, field trip destinations, some JCHS course proposals, anatomy and physiology 2, reading between the lines, gender and stories in film, very cool. AP business principles and personal finance. At GCMS, they're looking at new theater class proposals, which is awesome, something the board's really been pushing to increase our arts here. A partnership with MSU, Atlas Caldwell, which I'm not really, maybe Dr. Fenari can tell us more about that, the MOU clinical partnership.
Yeah, so that's having to do with our curriculum design and instruction for staff and some professional development. So
Excellent.
the curriculum committee is going to be looking at that. over
That's
the next
excellent,
month.
that's awesome, yep. We have some personnel, again, like I just questioned before, we have the appointment of the spring coaches, and maybe on the 26th, we'll have a flag football coach, which would be exciting. Some, salary guide movements for some of our teachers. we are going to approve and award Skyope, I think I'm saying that right, for the new security vestibules. Brian, which schools is that for? Is that Wilson?
So it's at, it's Wilson.
And
It's,
Jefferson? No.
see, it's for the remaining schools that don't have,
Right, so high school.
vestibules. So it's gonna be at the high school, which is gonna be a large one, will be at, Wilson
Wilson.
School, Lincoln School.
Yeah.
And then minor, alterations at Jefferson and Wilbur Cleveland.
Awesome, great, great, yep. And then we have facilities, we have some usage of facilities for the CPA here at James Caldwell High School, and Girl Scout troops using our elementary schools, and then some policy readings as well. So that being said, we're gonna enter into the public comment portion of our meeting. So, normally we have 2 public comment portions, one for items on the agenda and one for anything outside. Tonight, I'm gonna just open it once for anyone to ask us questions on anything on the agenda or off the agenda. So I'm gonna read public participation shall be governed by the following. Participant must be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface comments by an announcement of their name and address. Statements are to be limited to 3 minutes duration. Participant may speak no more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard, and all statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. Boards use the public comment period of the meeting as an opportunity to listen to citizen concerns, but not to debate issues or enter into a question and answer session or a cross-examination between the public and individual members. Please be aware that not all issues brought before the board will be resolved this evening. Boards may respond to the public comment by seeking additional information or by delegating the authority to investigate the issue to the superintendent or her designee. The presiding officer may interrupt, warn, or terminate a participant's comments if they exceed the allotted time or are objectively obscene. Participants may be civilly liable for any obscene, defamatory, or slanderous statements made during the public comment portion of the meeting. That being said, would anybody like to come up and address the board this evening?
Ms. Grosso, may I?
Yes, absolutely.
Hello. Okay. Adeline Lamons, 5 Midvale Avenue. Good evening, Board of Ed. I'm here to speak about the ongoing drawing of the swastikas in our school. I'm the vice president and one of the 4 founders of our Caldwell-West Caldwell BBYO. BBYO is a global Jewish teen organization allowing for further connections to Jewish identity. As ongoing symbols of hatred have continued appearing across our middle school and high school, it shows that students may not have understood the seriousness of their actions or the harm that they cause. I feel as if the education towards swastikas is only implemented when instincts like this happen. There should be continuous education and sensitivity training towards the anti-hate and anti-Semitism. The symbol is a hot topic while it occurs, and then it falls to the wayside afterwards. I've heard these stories first-handed from my great-grandmother who survived Auschwitz. As a Jewish teen, it makes me extremely uncomfortable to attend school knowing these anti-Semitic symbols are continuously occurring. I feel that there is a disconnect between students and administration about the severity of the symbols, and further education needs to be implemented throughout the entire curriculum, sports, and clubs. Teachers, counselors, peer leaders, including myself, and administration needs to continuously educate the importance behind the symbol. Parents dismiss their children's actions as a humorous joke. What steps will be taken to improve education around respect and tolerance in our schools? How will these changes be introduced in classrooms and supported by teachers? And how as a community are we allowing humor to be made fun of hatred? So I'd just like to know kind of how is education or other procedures going to be implemented and moving forward as a continuation has been throughout not only now our middle schools but now our high schools, and it's quite alarming as a Jewish teen myself, and I know other Jewish students very concerned to attend school, a place that's supposed to be safe, when hatred symbols are being drawn.
So thank you. It's first of all, it's very courageous to come and present that topic as a student, as a leader in your student body of a group of students who feel that way, and I truly appreciate the fact that you're doing this tonight. One of the things, if you think back to, I know you said you were a house leader at the middle school, so I know that there were some pieces of the curriculum that were implemented within the 3 years at Grover Cleveland Middle School, and it may feel as though they are spread apart and far and few between, but we do try to embed not only the notion of no tolerance for that kind of behavior through disciplinary means, but also embedded through the curriculum. So our social studies curriculum and a number of the advisory curricula that we've chosen were chosen specifically to help students make better choices around how they treat one another, how we speak to one another, how we honor others' traditions, and how we present ourselves in a community where, you know, an individual does not make a community. A community is made of all of us. And so that is embedded throughout. But in addition to that, we're also partnering with groups and resources such as the Holocaust Center, the Resource Center from Kean University. They will be here later in the month, as I mentioned in my report, to give a parent presentation, but they're also working with our student body, both at the middle school level within the context of the entire school district, the entire student body, but at the high school level too, we're using those resources within some of the coursework we teach. We do have Holocaust and Genocide coursework at the high school, as I'm sure you know. And so trying to make sure that the message is threaded throughout our curriculum, and that we also, you know, you may, and this is something that our community may or may not know, that from Mr. Devlin's letter that he sent out when the issue occurred at the high school, it was done outside of school hours, so it was very, very difficult to identify the person or individuals who might have done that. And that's not right. You know, it's just not right. And we just have to, as a community, continue to voice our objection to that kind of behavior, and to make sure that through our classrooms, through our student clubs, through our community outreach, that we're very, very clear. It's embedded in our policies as a district, and you know that when people think that something that is so hurtful to others is funny, that message has to be loud and clear. It is not funny. It is something we must take very seriously, and we're just going to continue to be diligent with all of that. So rest assured, we're trying to do everything we can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Adeline, I just want to say too, thank you for standing up, and I feel like we have to go back into executive session, and so maybe Dr. Fenari, I mean, I wrote down like a student action committee. I think it's very powerful. I know it's very powerful for you as an educator, especially for us as board members, when a student comes up and expresses, because they're the boots on the ground, right? Like we sit here and we have our own children be in there, but like when a student comes up, especially, you know, Adeline, you are a student of Jewish descent, right? And to have your feelings and hear you say you feel unsafe and you feel uncomfortable in your school building, like that's the antithesis of what we're about, right? Like as school board members, we take an oath to make our school environments as welcoming and inclusive as possible, and that's heartbreaking. I know for everyone, like I can speak on behalf of the four of us at this table, and Ms. Greenlee, who's not here tonight, right? Like that's heartbreaking for us. That speaks louder than anything. Any symbol of hate, that speaks louder than it, because that's what we don't want, right? We don't want that. That's evil, and we don't want that to make you feel deterred or uncomfortable from being in a place that you deserve to be, right? This is your school. It's not theirs, right? Those people who do that, it's not their building, right? This is not a building of hate. It's a welcome building. It's a building of education and open minds and acceptance. So maybe there's a way for us to start some sort of a student action committee that can be, whether it's a district-wide thing with representatives from the middle school and high school, right? I'd love our little ones to be, but I think it's just too far above them. But from the middle school and high school, or maybe it's at both levels, meeting with administration, because you're saying disconnect, right? So that speaks loud. So like, right?
Yeah.
Like meeting with administration and faculty to really come up and brainstorm with ideas, because I feel like from just from the board's perspective, from recently, everything's coming top down, right? We're bringing in wonderful organizations, Kane University, like all of these, they're wonderful organizations, but I feel
I
like
just
to
feel
the
as
point-
if they're optional, especially the classes in school. They're only if you sign up for them, so those not taking them are not being educated
Yeah.
on the topic.
So I feel like we have to listen to the voices that are there, that are inside the environment, and come up
Right.
with different methods to attack the problem. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Any other board members want to comment or say anything? No, okay, thank you. All right, anybody else want to come up this evening? No? Okay. Okay, great. Well, then that being said, our next meeting is January 26th, Brian. I never know where we are. I don't know where I am
Yes.
tomorrow.
26th.
Oh, the 26th. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to vote on our curriculum, our HIPs, sorry.
And our,
Um,
yes.
On our
yes,
HIPs,
sorry.
yep. So sorry, got ahead of myself. So, curriculum and technology. So Marisa or Daniel, who would like to do it? You want to do it? Jen, or what do you just do? Well, normally we're not voting,
It's
so,
7A.
yeah, 7A.
So,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
All right, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, motion to approve the administration's determination concerning harassment, intimidation, or bullying investigations as outlined in the confidential report shared with the Board of Education members and on file in the superintendent's office.
And can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. And then Brian, whenever you're ready.
Yes, Mr. Diamolo.
Yes.
Ms. Landelphi Jefferson.
Yes.
Ms. Mack.
Yes.
Ms. Grosso.
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
Great. Okay. And can I have a motion to end the public conference meeting at 7:30 PM and enter into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Seconded.
And then Brian, whenever you're ready.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any nays, abstentions? Motion carried.
Thank you, and we'll see everybody on the 26th. Thank you, and thank you guys too.
Thank you so much.
Very good.